5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Deducter bringing you set 3 of Woongjin Stars vs STX Seoul on La Mancha. We have STX, the red Zerg, in the top left corner, the 11 o'clock position, and we have Bogus Terran, the orange Terran, in the 1 o'clock position. So I don't actually know too much about Bogus. I just looked him up. Apparently he's a decent player. He's got a 55% win rate overall, and he's 58% against Zerg. That's pretty damn good. I thought he was like some no-name scrub, but apparently not. On the other hand, STX, I do know, is one of the better up-and-coming Zergs. He boasts, what was it, a 58% win rate overall? But I just remember that his win rate against Terran was actually not very good. It was below 50%. So, interestingly enough, we have STX in his first matchup against Bogus in his best matchup. So, this might be pretty interesting to see. It looks like, yeah, so in this series so far, STX and Woongjin have both won a game. So they're even up in that sense. None of my favorite players have come out yet. You know, Zero, for instance, is not yet played for Woongjin, and Woongjin has yet to unveil or use some of its more deadly players, such as Free. It looks like there are. It looks like STX is going for 12 hatch, sending out his drone to get expansion. He's sending out 2 drones, I think one to do scouting and one to get expansion. Barracks going down for Bogus already. STX is scouting the wrong direction with his drone, but the right direction with his overlord, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. I guess STX just wants to be careful, make sure there's not going to be any sort of rush. And he's scouting diagonally with his drone, so he's scouting through the middle just to see if there might be some proxies. Bogus is sending his scouting the wrong direction. He's going to see this overlord coming, so he's going to know where STX is right now. He's redirecting his SCV scout back to his base because of that. These programmers, they know immediately, based on the timing of the appearance of certain scouts, where players are. At least usually, not almost always. Sometimes you can fake them out, or programmers can fake each other out with pretty clever scouting. Flash is the only one. I've seen some absolutely bizarre scouting from him recently in the MSL round of 8, for instance, against Lita. I have no idea how he scouted Lita's fast expansion the way he did. Anyway, if you haven't seen that game, it's pretty interesting to watch. It's a pretty exciting game, too. Exciting series overall. Although I would say Flash was clearly the superior player in that series. He did, if you haven't watched it, I'm not going to say too much, except Flash was a superior player. I guess I've already spoiled it, so saying that he's won the series, but they're still interesting games. Looks like Bogus is going to 1-Racks expansion build, and it looked like, I think this was not 3-hatch before pool, it was 2-hatch pool and then 3-hatch, but it's still going to be a 3-hatch build coming from STX here. Looks like STX is just sending a few lings to ward off his SCV scout, not really doing too much in this sense. Trapping the SCV nicely and going to kill it soon. So it looks like Bogus is not going to know what STX is planning. STX getting his lair now after he kills the scout, but no, Bogus sends out a second SCV. It's going to get intercepted by these lings though, and it's not going to get anywhere. Looks like Bogus does have a reasonable front setup. He's got a little supply depot there. He's got a few Marines in the back. It's still not the best defense. There's plenty of holes. Looks like, yeah, STX is rallying a lot of lings to the front. He might be trying some sort of attack very soon. He might be waiting. No, he's going with 5 lings. He probably needs to group up his lings before attacking. STX needs to get speed, I think, and group up his lings. But he doesn't have enough. He only has 9. That's not going to be enough to break through, especially he's just sending these things in, but they're not going to do anything. Yeah, especially with that bunker going up for Bogus there. So not the most effective attack. At least it sort of forces Bogus to stay in his base for a little bit, or not even that. It forces Bogus to be more cautious, I think. Puts him a bit more in a defensive mood. Yeah, putting down that bunker, for instance. Bogus going for 3 racks, so he's going to go for a strong infantry push soon. Not quite sure what Soulkey is going. I assume it's going to be 3 hatch mutas, and then getting another base, and then transitioning to hive. Transitioning to lurkers, hive. Basically, what Savior used to do. Yep, the Spire going down. Well, basically what Savior used to do. That's not quite right, because Savior, the Disgrace Savior was sort of a genius. A lot of players did the 3-hatch build, and it was very good, but Savior did things with it that no other player could do. Even, I would argue, Jaedong, for all his genius, there's something fundamentally different about Jaedong and Savior's play. I feel Jaedong is technically significantly superior, but Savior, I would argue, had in many ways the better game sense. I don't know, I'm gonna get flack for this comment, I'm sure. Anyway, looks like Bogus has scanned the Spire. He's got a nice group of Medic Marines out in the middle. Moving around, I think he probably should put some pressure on the Nacho. He's just sort of dancing them around the Zerglings. Not really an effective use of his APM, I think. Soulkey got a drone down at the 7 o'clock position. Gonna get expansion soon. Factory going down for Bogus. He's researching something. I assume he's got stim, so that's gotta be range upgrade at this point. Yeah, now looks like Soulkey's mutas are out. He's gonna try to attack this natural. He's got an advantageous position over this ledge here. The Lings are distracting the Medic Marines. Now is a good chance for Soulkey to dart in and pick off a few SCVs. Looks like he's going to do that right now. Well, Bogus's Marines are out of position. Bogus does have a decent number of turrets protecting him, 2 in the north, but they're both going to get taken down by these mutas. But now his Medic Marines are coming back, and I think, yeah, there's no choice for Soulkey to withdraw. He's got 2 Sunkens at his front, preemptively. Probably a little too early, but Soulkey's still trying to go in with these mutas, but with all those Medic Marines there, he's not going to accomplish too much. Looks like Bogus is getting a starport. He's probably... Yeah, he's got a second group of Medic Marines in his base. He's going to try to sandwich these mutas. This would be a disaster if Soulkey loses all these mutas. He's managed to get his mutas in the back of Bogus' base. Bogus has nothing to defend, but on the other hand, he's going to get his mutas trapped if he's not careful. But Soulkey's doing an excellent job of muta micro, killing Marines, killing SCVs left and right. He's doing very significant damage right now to Bogus, but he is forced to withdraw when the main force of Medic Marines for Bogus come in. But that was a nice attack from Soulkey, exactly what he needed to do to get himself a bit of an advantage. And he's also scouted everything that Bogus is doing. Definitely good. He's got his 3rd base up, it looks like, at the 7 o'clock position. Transferring drones now. However, Bogus does have a group of Medic Marines in the field. He's probably got +1 upgrade almost finished, if not finished already. So with that, these mutas are going to be less of a threat. He does not have +1 upgrade just yet. So Bogus is using the ledges pretty cleverly, sending the mutas again into the main of Bogus, or the main or natural. I'm not quite sure. Either way, he's putting on very good pressure. Bogus is choosing to send his 1 group of Medic Marines out into the field and the 2nd group to defend his main. I'm not sure Bogus has enough Marines to defend his main. It looks like the mutas are cleaning up all the Medic Marines in Bogus' main, and Soulkey's got position over the command center. He's killing SCVs willy-nilly now. There's nothing that Bogus can do to defend. Bogus is, he's got completely... His indecision in the middle was pretty bad, and now he's got 4 Marines out to the 7 o'clock position, but he's not going to be able to breach these lurkers. 3 are morphing there, and with just a few Marines, it's going to do nothing. Soulkey lost quite a few mutas in that attack, but I don't think he's going to care about that. He did significant economic damage. In addition, you can see how Bogus was completely indecisive in the middle. He was first marching his Marines out, and then decided to march them back to his main. That's exactly the sort of thing Zerg need to do to keep Terra on the back foot. And Bogus, either he commits to attack or withdraw. If he commits, doing either is at least better than marching your troops back and forth and doing nothing. Looks like the +1 upgrade is finally finished for Bogus. Here, he's got a decent army out again, but looks like with lurkers out for Soulkey, it's not going to be a easy thing for Bogus now just to snipe one of the naturals unless he gets a decent number of tanks out. I'm not sure whether he has any out. Yeah, he has one out and a science vessel. Soulkey only has a few mutas. Again, darting with mutas to the back of Bogus' base. Bogus has absolutely nothing to defend. These mutas have just done an incredible job this game. Bogus isn't even moving anything back to defend, not the signs of it. Finally, he's brought in a lot of Marines to defend, but again, Soulkey did very nice economic damage. He's going to take significant damage on his mutas, but he's picking at one of these tanks. He's going to pick off one of these tanks. Absolutely brilliant muta micro from Soulkey this game. I mean, I guess technically the muta micro may not be the most impressive, but the timing he chooses and the where he chooses to attack is very good to watch this game. He did pretty much, his mutas are gone now. He's lost so many of them at this point, but I think they've been worth it in terms of the damage they've done. And looks like Bogus hasn't even moved his army outside of his natural. He was completely distracted by that attack. So every minute that Soulkey can delay Bogus is going to be, well, every second even is going to be a second that counts for getting defilers. Once you have defilers out, it's not going to be a problem. I'm not sure whether Soulkey should withdraw his units like that. I think he can burrow some of his lurkers on the high ground, just delay the push more and more. He's getting another expansion, looks like at the 630 position. But yeah, Bogus is now pushing out with a massive Terran ball. Yeah, I think Soulkey would do well, for instance, to try to stop one of these pushes, or delay, rather, one of these pushes by burrowing the high ground. Now he's burrowed on the low ground, and he's going to get a number of his lurkers killed here. He did delay Bogus' army somewhat, but I don't think that was quite what he wanted to do. Oh no, it looks like Bogus is withdrawing his forces again. Bogus has been very indecisive this game. He's withdrawing his forces to meet Soulkey's army, which was setting up for some sort of counterattack, and Bogus managed to stop that. Looks like now he's pushing towards the natural of Soulkey. Soulkey does have a good number of lurkers though, so Bogus will be forced to siege his tanks and advance slowly. I'm not quite sure exactly how close Bogus is to defilers, but he must be. Yeah, he's got the mount out already. Consumes researching. He's gonna get defilers before Bogus managed to push to his main, so that's not gonna be a problem in terms of swarm. He's also got a good number of lurkers left. Some irradiates going out from science vessels. Some vultures coming out too. Speed upgraded vultures. They're gonna go to 7 o'clock, I think, to do some damage. Bogus and Soulkey are both moving their armies. There's a Sunken there to defend against the vultures. The vultures are not gonna do much, but the main battle is gonna happen real soon. Here in the middle, one of the tanks gets sniped, I think, by a few lings. Lurker is burrowing. He needs swarm right now to defend against these medic marines. Swarm, consume. What is he doing? Does he not have it research anytime soon? Looks like Bogus. Ooh, Soulkey using a few lurkers in the back, not only cutting off reinforcements, but picking off a few straggling medic marines here. Consume is finished. Now is time for the Zerg attack, and Bogus sees it. He splits his marines wisely. He's going to lose a tank, not a problem. The few lurkers in the back are too weak to stop the medic marines from retreating, so Bogus managed to save the bulk of his army. Soulkey, on the other hand, has a few Zerglings out in the middle of the field. He's picking off some reinforcements. His Mutalists and Lings are doing good damage. Soulkey's Lings and Mutalists are doing good damage to reinforcements coming from Bogus here. Picking off medic marines, picking off vultures. Very good play. He doesn't seem to have anything defending his 630 position, and there are some vultures coming in for the harass. Bogus' army is still out though, and still a significant threat. On the other hand, with defilers,